All right, Katie, thank you for agreeing to help me with my class. And if I'll be recording it just for the purposes of the class, it won't be spread out anywhere, and my professor will see it. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
And if you want to see the video or the transcript of the video, you can just let me know, and I'll get that to you.
Okay.
All right, so Katie, what would you like to talk about today?
I'm just really nervous about like college next year and school and like this new step and like leaving all my friends and not knowing like what's gonna happen next, just like I'm scared that I'm not gonna be able to do it.
Okay, so you said that you have some fear about some different aspects, really like not being here anymore and meeting new friends, missing friends, and then at the end you said not being able to do it. So tell me a little bit more about that. What?
Like, I struggle with like schoolwork and stuff, but I think it's not that I can't like do the schoolwork. I think it's like I can't find the motivation and like the work ethic to do it.
Yeah,
so I just get lazy. I don't know how to not get lazy.
Okay, so motivation and work ethic. Has that been a pattern for you, or do you think that's more your senior year? Or
I think it's kind of been a pattern because like every year I'm like, I'm going to make straight A's this year. I'm going to do good this year. Like, I'm going to have everything in check, keep everything together. And then it like, the more the year goes on, it like falls apart.
Okay.
And I don't make bad grades. I always end up with like A's and B's. But I always like want to shoot for straight A's. So I don't ever get there.
What do you think it looks like to be a good student? To be successful in school?
I think it definitely like priorities, like what you put first, because like I think the kids that do really good in school probably spend more time studying, doing their homework and stuff like that. As we're like, if I get a chance to spend time with my friends rather than do homework, I'm going to spend time with my friends.
Yeah, that's definitely understandable and hard to get away from. So, for this area, if you're looking ahead to college, you said you were afraid of not doing well. You've identified, it's because you prioritize friends or other things before schoolwork. Is there anything that you can do to start preparing for that, or?
I've been thinking about like starting kind of early, maybe taking like 1 or 2 summer classes at like the local community college or something, like just so I know what I'm getting myself into, like a college class. And see if, like, going away to school is what I'm really ready for and stuff.
Okay.
But I just haven't decided yet.
Sure. Yeah. So a plan could be that you take some classes this summer, and that would help you maybe even just, sounds like it could kind of calm your nerves a little bit and give you that confidence. And like you said, you've been getting A's and B's in high school, so it's not that you're failing classes or something. So it sounds like you have the tools and the intelligence to succeed, and then you've identified that you need to do your own work ethic to get there.
I think it's just scary, like, leaving a comfort zone that I've been here, and I, like, know what to expect every year, and, like, know what teachers I'm going into, and, like, what atmosphere and all my friends, and, like, next year it's like I have none of my friends, like, I don't know the teachers, I don't know, like, how the teachers teach, or, like, what the rules are and stuff, so I'm just nervous.
Yeah, so you've used the word scared a couple times. How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel like I'm excited about like the new change. Like I keep trying to change like my nervous feeling to like excitement because like I think it is a scared of the unknown, but like it's exciting because it's like a whole new thing I haven't experienced before. So it's like on the one side it's like super exciting, but then on the other side it's like I'm nervous and worried.
Yeah. Has there been a time? Can you think of a time where you have done something that was outside your comfort zone? I know this is a big one for sure, but is there another time that you've done something outside your comfort zone?
Well, sophomore year I moved to this school because I used to go to like a really big public school, and now it was hard switching from like a really big public school to this small private school. So that was definitely a big change for me, and I was like scared of the unknown, like didn't know in like the first few weeks I I cried because I was scared and I didn't really know anyone. And so that was definitely a big.
Okay, so you said you moved here 2 years ago to this school, or 3 years ago, at the beginning of 10th grade. And there were a couple weeks that you said you cried. It was hard.
Because I didn't really know anyone. But people were friendly, but it was just like, not that I didn't like it, it was just I missed all what I knew, you know? But once I got to know everyone here, it was like, great, and I wouldn't go back.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm just kind of trying to think that college is going to be like.
Yeah, and I think that makes sense, right? You know, you've been through something. It of course will be a new experience, but you've lived through those emotions. You felt maybe alone. You said you felt like you didn't have the friends that you had known, and you had to start all over with friendships. But you did make new friends, and now you wouldn't want it any other way. So I think that might be a good situation to think about.
It's just really sad, like, knowing that there's some kids I see every single day that I won't speak to again after this.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not bad because I know you, like, lose people in life and stuff, but it's just weird to think that, like, the friends I've been friends with for so long I could never see again.
Yeah, so you're sad that this is a time where something's ending, or for sure at least changing.
Yeah.
You know, the dynamic of each relationship will change.
It's just weird to think, like, you don't know who you'll talk to again, and you don't know who you'll stay close and stuff. So it's just scary.
Yeah. So something else that you mentioned was your family, right? You've talked a lot about maybe the fear of the academic side of things, the fear of friendship, you know, changing friendships, losing friendships, having to create new friendships. And then you had also mentioned at the beginning the change in dynamics for family. How will moving to college affect your family dynamic?
I don't know. I've always been, like, excited to get out of my house. I guess every teenager is most of the time. But I'm not very close, like, with my family. Like, we live together and I talk to them every day. But, like, on a relationship side, we're not really, like, close, like, emotionally close or anything. Like, we don't ever talk about stuff. So, like, I don't feel like, I mean, I definitely miss them, but I don't feel like things will really change between us.
Okay.
Because, like, we're just not that close anyway. And I think that I'm excited about going and, like, not depending on my parents all the time and, like, being able to be me without, like, demands from my parents all the time about, like, you need to take your sister here, you need to take your brother here, you need to do this, you need that. It's like I'll get to see how I do by myself, making my own rules and, like, being my own discipline.
Yeah. Yeah, so you said that going to college will be a time that you can kind of discover your own independence and develop that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have a support system? Who would be part of your support system?
Definitely my dad. Like, he always supports me in, like, everything I do, even if he doesn't agree with it. Like, he'll just be like, it's your choice, and he'll, like, support me, and, like, he always comes to all of my softball games and, like, helps me get my grades up and stuff when they're down. So definitely my dad. And my grandparents are really great. They are always there for me, even, like, when I'm crying about boys and stuff, stupid stuff, they're always there. And I have, like, a few friends that are, like, really close to me in my circle that, like, if I call them in the middle of the night, they show up, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to know that even if I do fail, there's going to be people there that, like, support me and are there for me.
Yeah. Yeah, we started this whole conversation with you talking about your fear about college and the next step, but you've discovered, you know, you do know what to do, you know, academically. You've said that maybe taking some classes might be a good choice for you this summer before you go to a four-year university, and then even a support system, you know, that can help you, that you can talk to, that will support you whether you succeed or fail. Could it be that they could, in what ways could they help you succeed? Is there anything that your support system can do that would help you?
I mean, my parents are really good about, like, if I don't understand some of the work I'm doing or something, they try to help me, like, understand it and, like, try to get it or help, like find me help or tutors or something that can help me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely been good throughout the years when I haven't been able to do it on my own. They've really been stepped up and helped me figure out how to do it.
Yeah. Okay, so we've talked a lot kind of about the apprehension about that. Let's talk about some goals that you have for the next couple of years of your life, which sounds maybe more intense, or even let's even take it like this summer and this first year of college. What would be some goals that you have for this next year of your life?
I definitely want to like get my priorities straight with like school and like get like what I need to get done for my first year classes like done and like stay really focused on my schoolwork other than like the social aspect of college, because I know some people get caught up in like the experience of college rather than like what you're there to do, and I really want to be focused on like what I'm there to do.
Yeah, so the first thing you said, so I'm going to take that as it does mean a lot to you, is that academics should be a priority, and you want to make sure those things are in order. Okay, so we'll talk about that goal in just a second. Are there any other goals that you have?
I really want to like develop new friendships, because I feel like I have friends here, but I feel like there are very few people that I can count on all the time. And I just want to develop like more friendships that I'll have like throughout my whole life and not just for high school.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of friends in high school, like you go to high school together, but then you go your separate ways. But like in college, you're older, you're more mature, like, and you develop friendships that are on a deeper level.
Yeah, especially when you're living on campus, you live life.
Yeah.
You know, morning, afternoon, night, 2 a.m. Walmart runs, whatever, with those people. So what does that friendship look like to you? What a friendship that you feel like you can trust, that you can have for longer than just college? What would that look like?
I definitely feel like it's someone you can feel comfortable like telling anything to, and like no matter what it is, they're gonna support you and like be on your side, even if it's something they don't really agree with. Mm-hmm. They still support you, and like somebody who, if you're scared to like step into a new chapter in your life, that they'll be right there by your side, you know, and like someone that you could like I said before, call in the middle of the night and they'll be there for you. Just someone that like you completely trust, because I feel like it's hard to find somebody that you can really just completely trust with everything.
Yeah. So you said you feel you want a friendship that is trustworthy, that will be there for you. Okay, so can you think of how that friendship would come about? You know, I don't know if that question makes sense. Like, how would you develop a friendship like that, or how would you?
I mean, I guess you first have to like start to get to know people, but then like you have to really get to know people from like all their sides, because I feel like some people, you only know the sides of them that they want you to know, and you sometimes have to like not really investigate, but like find out from other people if they're like the same to you as they are to other people, or if they're really treating you the way that you think that you're being treated, or if they're talking to somebody else like bad about you, or talking about they're really just there for you because, you know, it's convenient for them.
Yeah, so it takes time to develop that sort of friendship. If you were to have to put a time amount on that, how long do you think that takes?
It really depends. I guess I definitely think it takes not really a long time, but like my best friend now, it's taken me like 2 years to get to know that she really is like who she says she is, and she's really like the realest person I know, and that I could count on her for anything. And like even through times we haven't been super close, like it's shown me that even though she's not really close to me now, and we're not hanging out, we're not really talking every day, but like she's still there for me, and like through anything, and like she's always just there for me. And I'm not saying it has to take 2 years. I'm just saying that it does take longer than like a few days or a few months or something, because you don't really know everything about somebody in a few months.
Right. Yeah, so you were saying it takes time, excuse me, sorry. It takes time to develop that sort of a friendship with your current best friend. It took 2 years to have that sort of trust. So thinking back when you were saying you were, one of your areas of apprehension was having to create new friendships or just the change of your current friendships, you had said when you moved to this school, you cried for a couple weeks. And then you got to know people, and now it's been 2 years, and you have this best friend. What do you think when you go to college? What do you think is I guess I'm asking, how will you be okay in that time period, or how will you feel during that time period from meeting new people and feeling comfortable and feeling like you can have their confidence?
I definitely like meeting new people and like getting to know people. I think it's fun to like make new friends, and like it's exciting and new, and like you're still learning everything about each other, and like it's like fun and laughs, and like I feel like it's a lot of like fun because it's like you're not worried about like so much emotional stuff all the time. You're just like having fun with people and like getting to know them rather than like talking about your problems all the time. Because I feel like once you get really close to somebody, that I mean you do still have like fun times and stuff, but it gets to more like when we're together we talk about what's wrong and what's been going on in my life rather than let's just go hang out.
Right. So the beginning stages of a friendship are more fun or experience-based, but then once that foundation is in place, then you can have some deeper conversations and stuff about that. Well, I think that's a good thing to keep in mind. You know, you want to set yourself up when you're looking to the future. If you're feeling scared, it's good to be realistic about what it really will be like. So it probably, you know, from what you said, it takes a little time to do that. So it's totally normal and okay if it takes a couple weeks or months, or maybe even the whole freshman year to really feel like you have some friendships that you know who they are in and out.
And I'm not really scared about going to school because I'm going to school and I'm rooming with someone I know, like someone I'm close to, like she's dating my brother and I'm dating her brother.
Okay, so a whole family thing.
So we're kind of close and we kind of hang out all the time. So it's not like I don't have any friends there. And my brother goes to school there. So and like best friends I play softball with. So I do know some people there, but like it's not like my best friend that I hang out with all the time. So and it's just different because it's like I'm not going to be doing things next year that I've been doing my whole like high school life. Like I play tennis, I'm a cheerleader, I'm a softball player, but like in college I won't be doing any of that.
Okay, so you've been really active through school, and I know outside of school also with softball, but with athletics and supporting the school. Do you think you'll miss those things?
I definitely think I'll miss it, but I feel like in college you don't have as much free time as you do in high school. Like the time I would have spent playing tennis or softball or cheerleading, I'm really going to need to focus on like the schoolwork, because I do realize that the schoolwork is a lot harder in college. It is a whole different ballgame. So
now you said you don't think you have as much free time, and maybe just those words mean something different. I've been through college, right? So I found that I actually had more free time, meaning more time that I could make decisions about how I spend it. But you're right. So you have to decide to spend that time doing your homework.
Right.
So it was a wonderful thing to me that I didn't have to take an 8 a.m. class.
Oh, I can't do mornings.
You know, once in a while I had to because it was the only time it was offered. But I could choose to sleep in. Well, then what that meant to me was I can choose to stay up later. And then I started to see those effects, you know, on some schoolwork or something. So, you know, I would have a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, a couple classes there. Well, then I was free until 9 a.m. and then I had a break from 11 to 2, or, you know, so whereas in high school, you start at this time, you end at this time, and you go to practice. Right. Whereas in college, you choose the classes and the times that they happen. So I found that I had more time, but what you said is correct. I then had to choose to use that time correctly.
Right. And I think that's what I'm going to, like, struggle with, because it's like I can do my homework now, or I can go hang out with my friends, or
right.
go eat or something.
Right. Yeah. That will be, or, you know, you were a cheerleader, so going to support the athletics, or, yeah, there's always fun things going on. There's
right.
activities, and always going to be distractions. So I think it's important for you to really to keep in mind that first goal, which let's talk about it right now. That first goal that you said was, I want things in order for my academics.
Right. That's like my main concern right now for college.
So what do you think would be, let's set some like really practical goals, or like some, I don't know a different word for that, but what's going to help keep academics at the forefront of your mind?
I think once I get to college and I realize that it's super real and it's super strict about, not like high school, like teachers will let you turn things in late, teachers will give you grace sometimes, you know, and like teachers will like help you like one-on-one. I think when I get into a bigger setting, or like, and the teachers are like, there's more than just 10, 15 kids in your class, there's tons. They can't just focus on you, that I have to do it myself or I'm not going to do it all. And the last thing I want is to drop out and not. So like, I'm thinking once it sets in about how real it is, it's going to be like, I have to do this by myself. Like, it's time to grow up.
Yeah. Yeah, so you said once you get to college, you'll understand the pressure of it, or you didn't use that word, you used, you know, just it's real,
right.
You know. Do you think, what are you wanting to major in?
I want to major in like business and accounting.
Okay. So something that might be helpful is thinking, I want to graduate in 4 years. Right. I know you and I have talked before, and money's not endless in your family, so you know, you don't want to take longer than it needs to graduate. So really keeping in mind, okay, I have 4 years, and this is my end goal, which means right now when the decision is between do the homework that I know I need to do, or do something fun because that's what I'm feeling in the moment. Looking ahead to the end could be a really...
Yeah, that could definitely be something that like motivates me, because I don't want to be in school longer than I have to be.
Right.
I don't think anyone does.
Right. Well, some people just take their time going through, right. But then it can be, you know, hard financially, or maybe you get to the end and you're like, oh, I've been doing this for 4 years already, and you lose the steam of it. So right now is a great time to set those goals and to set your will to finish all the way. You know. Sorry, excuse me. So we've started to talk about several things, you know, but you talked about that you said I feel scared for a variety of reasons, academically and missing friends and the change in dynamic. But you've also revealed that you're quite aware of what it'll take. You know that professors aren't going to let you turn something in late, or you know you have to choose academics over fun distractions. And you do have a good support system in place, not only here at home with your grandparents and your dad, but also at the school, your roommate, your brother, some other friends that you've known from softball. So I know you're coming in feeling scared, but a lot of the things that you said made it seem like...
I'm definitely excited.
Good.
But I think everyone's going to be scared for new changes and stuff.
Sure.
But I'm definitely excited to go and have this new experience.
Good. So is there anything that we talked about, or maybe in terms of like goals, or what are you going to do to keep the right things, your priorities? Is there anything that we talked about that you think, man, I want to make sure I do that?
I really want to make sure, like, we talked about the free time. Like, I really want to make sure that I choose to do my homework and choose to do the work that needs to be done, instead of, like, what I'm feeling in the moment.
Yeah. And maybe asking for help from dad, from your roommate, from anybody to, kind of to keep you accountable, maybe
Right.
even.
Definitely.
And people that you already trust that can give you some tough love, saying, no, you got to finish this.
Right.
You stay home, you write that essay.
You gotta do it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So it sounds like you're in a great place, and just keep thinking about that, about what you want to accomplish in the end, so that it.
I definitely
right
feel
now
better
it's
about
easier.
it. I'm just excited, and I think the nerves will turn into excitement the closer the date gets to time to go.
Good. Good. Well, thank you for doing this with me, and I'll be checking up, seeing how you're feeling.
Okay.
Thanks, Katie.